Hello. Hello. Welcome to ENCORE, the Facebook Live platform on which we discuss all things love, marriage, and sex. My name is WHYTE, and I am happy to welcome you, and I'm happy that you make the time to stay with us. We do this every Friday, 12:30 GMT to 13:30 GMT, and you are welcome. If you are watching us for the first time, then we are happy to have you on board. What we've been doing, and we've been doing this for a number of weeks now, is that we've been taking the letters of the English alphabet, and every week we pick one letter, and then we look at the words, relevant words that begin with that letter, to learn something about love, marriage, and sex. We are now on the letter T, and we'll be going into the T words very soon. But for now, let me make an announcement to those of you in Accra. Every year I open the door to new members to my group, to Riverman Productions, the drama troupe. So if you are out there, you are in Accra, and you have always dreamt on being on my stage, then this is your chance. Just drop your CV with a passport size picture at the front desk of Joy FM, and then we'll pick it and give you a call, and then we'll schedule you for an interview. So, or if you know anybody, except that you must have a good voice. I'm looking for singers. So if you know you can sing, then come and let us do some incredible things for our country and for God. Well, once again, thank you for joining us. Today we're doing the T words. And the T words are T for temperaments, and then T for thieves, and I'm referring to thieves of love, and then T for test of love. So T for temperaments, T for thieves, T for test. Let's begin with temperaments. Now, have you ever said to someone, "Why are you like that?" Have you ever looked at your partner and said, "Why do you talk so much? Why do you make so much noise? Or why don't you like people?" If you've ever said that, then this is for you, because you were dealing and struggling with temperaments. Temperaments come in there are two broad kinds of people in terms of temperaments. They are the extroverts and the introverts. Those who are outgoing, those who are reserved. But within each of them are two additional temperaments. So in all, there are four basic temperaments. Two of them belong to the extroverts, two of them belong to the introverts. So let's look at the two temperaments that belong to the extroverts. The first one is sanguine. The sanguine person is outgoing, he's fun-loving. If he gets into any environment, he would make a friend of everybody there. You think he's known them all his life. He's impulsive, and he's pleasure-seeking. His big thing is, where's the next party? And when he gets into the party, he becomes the life of the party. That's a sanguine character. Then, again, under the extrovert is the choleric. Now, he is outgoing as a sanguine, except that whereas the sanguine is looking for fun and is driven by fun and is impulsive, the choleric is ambitious. He wants power. He wants to be in control, and he's very strong-willed and optimistic. That's the choleric. Then, so that takes care of the two temperaments under the extroverts. Now let's look at the two under the introvert. And the first under the introvert is phlegmatic. Well, the person who is phlegmatic is the kind of person, the peace-loving person. he would do anything just for peace. He doesn't want tension. He doesn't want stress. So he will bend over backward if only there will be peace. He doesn't show emotions much, and he's quite committed to relationships. If you are his friend, you are his friend for life. And except that sometimes he gets a bit pessimistic. The second temperament under the introvert is a melancholy. The melancholy person is introverted like the phlegmatic, but this is the difference. The melancholic person is a perfectionist. He wants things to be perfect. He's organized, and then he's task-oriented. He focuses on something and he hangs in there. A lot of creative people come from the melancholic family. Sometimes their quest for perfection even stops them from achieving anything or doing anything because they want it just perfect. And life is not like that, and they don't flow with life like that. So that gives you the 4 basic temperaments. Now I'm going to apply them to marriage. How would the sanguine husband or wife look like? Now, before I go on to applying that, let me say this, that nobody is just one temperament. Many of us have a little bit of each, except that in everyone's case, there is always one temperament that dominates. There is one characteristic that would dominate all the others, but you see traits of the others, but they are not dominant. So I am just focusing on the dominant. So the dominantly sanguine husband, he is fun to be with. Oh, he is fun-loving, and he's a delight to be with. Except that he loves to be with everybody, and everybody wants to be with him. So he's a people's man. He loves people. He enjoys their company, and he's an expert in making others happy. He can't stand boredom, and if there's boredom, he'll do anything to get people laughing. The drawback with having a sanguine husband is that you may not be the only person who gets his attention. He will give attention to everybody because everybody loves him, everybody likes him. And so sanguine husbands have a tendency of sometimes neglecting their wives or making their wives feel neglected because they are so busy making everybody happy. They can't see the fact that their wives are lonely. What about a sanguine wife? Much like the husband, fun to be with, a sanguine woman is amazing. She loves people. She loves to entertain. She loves to host. She loves parties, throwing parties and attending them. The drawback is that she may not have time for the husband. She's so busy making other people happy that the husband may be left trying to take care of himself as best as he can. Before I go on, let me say this, that one of the interesting things, what makes this analysis interesting is that it is rare to find a sanguine person marrying a sanguine person. When it comes to temperament, the opposite attracts. So a sanguine person may be married to a melancholic person or something. But let's go on to choleric. The choleric husband, he is an achiever. He is goal-oriented. Sometimes he comes across as domineering. He is determined. He speaks his mind. He doesn't fear anybody. He takes charge. He gets into a situation, and he would take over the situation. The drawback with a man like that, a husband like that, is that he can be very domineering at home. He loves to give orders. He loves to push people around because he wants to see things done. He wants to see things achieved. What about the choleric wife? Much like the husband, determined, very decisive. She's a control freak, but she's practical and straightforward. The drawback is that she has no time to waste. when a choleric wife can come to the husband and say, you know, we need to change the school for junior. And the husband will say, okay, I'll work on it. That evening, the man comes on and said, did you work on it? The man says, no. You can be trust. The choleric wife will not raise the issue again. The next time the man comes home, she would have gone ahead and done it. That is a choleric wife. She can't stand procrastination. If it must be done, it must be done as soon as yesterday. And she would force for it. Then there's a phlegmatic husband. Easygoing in terms that he's not easily ruffled, because he will do anything for peace and tranquility. That is his thing. He wants peace and tranquility. And for that to happen, he will sacrifice anything just so there will be peace. The phlegmatic husband does not complain, because he knows how to adapt. He's flexible. He adapts to situations. He doesn't complain. He is loyal. It is rare to find a phlegmatic husband cheating. Not because he's more decent than the others. His very nature is that he stays loyal. The drawback for when you have a phlegmatic husband is that they don't show emotions. If they're happy, you will know. If they're not happy, you will know. So if you are the outgoing kind and you want them to show, you'll be a little bit disappointed. Now, the phlegmatic wife. This woman finds it easy to submit to her husband. Why? Because her phlegmatic nature, she wants peace. She wants peace. Those are the wives who sometimes, if they are not married to decent men, often get taken for granted. Their husbands ride on them because she will surrender, she will keep quiet just so there will be peace. But she's very supportive. The phlegmatic wife is very supportive of the husband. She tends to put the needs of others above her own. She tends to put the needs of others above her own, but she does not forget old friends. Drawback, as I've said, is that she can easily be taken for granted and neglected because she won't complain. And then the final trait, the final temperament, melancholic. The melancholic husband. Oh, he's intelligent, but he's reserved. He enjoys being alone. Now, if a melancholic husband is married to a sanguine wife, the fight would always be, why are you always in a room? Well, he's in a room because he's melancholic. He enjoys being alone. You go into the room and he's there and you think, are you okay? Yeah, he's very fine. Leave him alone. He's thoughtful, he's patient, but he does not like changes and he loves traditions. So if you are married to a melancholic husband, he believes that we eat at dining table. You sit at the dining table. You don't put your leg on the cushion. That is not done. That is a melancholic person. He wants things as it's always been done. But he is also the creative kind. Most creative people are here. The drawback with a melancholic husband is that he is very awkward in social situations, extremely awkward. Take him to a party and he's totally uncomfortable. He may look for a corner and hide there. And you may think, why are you so anti-so? No, he's not anti-so. That is his nature. The melancholic wife, easygoing, doesn't make a fuss, but extremely careful, does not like taking risk, will think through things over and over and over because she can't stand making a mistake. She's orderly. If you are married to this woman, your shoes better be where they ought to be. Your socks better be where they ought to be. You are eating at the dining table, not in the bedroom. And you are eating with cutlery, because she's orderly. She wants what is proper, but she's intelligent and she's creative. Drawback, she can appear a bit fearful of life and of all kinds of situations. And as for risk, She and Risk are not friends. But she hurts too easily because she's too sensitive. So that brings us to the end of the temperaments. T for temperaments. Remember what I said, nobody is all one temperament. But there is always a temperament that dominates. So you would have to look for yours and then see. It may help you to know why you are the way you are, and then it will also help the people who relate to you to understand why you are the way you are. Okay. Let's go quickly to the second T word. T for thieves. Thieves of love. There are things that will steal your love, will steal the love in a relationship. As a counselor, I've seen situations where two people love themselves, but they are having a terrible time in their relationship. And it's happening because they've allowed thieves to come to rob them. So the love seems to be gone, it's been stolen, and you need to be aware, otherwise you will lose these things will rob you of the love that you feel. So if you're ready, let's go. One is withholding attention from your partner and giving it to other things. Typical example, phone, your telephone and social media now. There are people who go home and they don't talk to anybody. They are on their phone, they are on social media chatting. And then the real human being is sitting next to them and they will not talk with them. There are people now who could be in a car. Being in a car used to be a social event. Now it is not. Everybody's on the phone. Everybody's busy chatting and things like that. The painful thing, the most annoying thing is where the person's on the phone every now and then, but he's totally ignoring you. You are allowing your love to be stolen, because when you don't give the person you say you love attention, you are pushing that person away. 2, emotional cheating. Now, emotional cheating is a dicey thing. You may not even have the intention that one day you go to bed with this person, and that is why many people do it. They know that I know what I'm about. I'm a decent person. I will never cheat in my relationship. But there's this person they are always talking to. This person they are investing every emotional energy into. This person they will always go to talk when things are not going well, and then they get validated, they get affirmed, and they feel good about it. A day does not seem complete if this person is not there. The person could often be an office colleague or somebody from church or somebody else. But emotional cheating, what happens with emotional cheating is that you get to the point where you are so invested in this other person that everything about your partner irritates you and annoys you. Everything about your partner irritates and annoys you. 3, a critical spirit. Listen, once you enter into a relationship with somebody, you have lost the right to criticize that person and to try to change the person. And yet there are people who think it is their job to change the person they are relating to in love. Once you are critical of somebody, love is gone. So be careful. Why are you like that? Why do you dress like that? Why? No. You lost the right to say those things. And whenever you say it, what happens is that the other party hears in your critical spirit rejection. And as long as they hear rejection, they are moving away. They don't feel love. You are allowing your love to be stolen. 4, taking your partner for granted. It will steal your love. You must stay engaged emotionally. You must communicate. You must share. You must compare. You must talk. 5, unforgiveness. If you're in a relationship, forgiving your partner is not an optional. You don't have the option as to whether I'll forgive her or him or not. You have no choice but to do so. And you do so more for your own sake than anything else. So if you have an unforgiving spirit, your love is being stolen away from you, and be careful. 6, failure to resolve issues. Failure to resolve issues. And this goes mostly to men. Mostly. Men don't like to resolve issues. They don't want to confront the issue. So we need to talk. Oh, we'll talk later. We need to talk. Oh, yeah, later. No. When you do that, you are opening the door for your love to be stolen. Always get to the issues. Always sit down and talk. Make sure your partner, between you and your partner, there are no outstanding issues. That is what makes your coming together fun. 7, poor hygiene. Poor hygiene. I am hesitating to say this because I will lose a few friends. But did you know that the average man, if he's not going to work or to church, he doesn't take his bath? And yet we want to touch the wife. Wrong move. Poor hygiene. A poor hygiene. Woman, you cooked. You were in the kitchen. When you are coming into the bedroom, remember, especially if you're a Ghanaian woman and you are cooking Ghanaian dishes are loud. They will leave scent on you. The Kobe would always leave a scent on you. If I wanted to sleep with Kobe, trust me, I'll go to the market and buy one and put under my pillow. So go to your bath, take off the scent, and come. I'm talking about poor hygiene. Your mouth inside. You open your mouth, you are talking. Always be mindful what's coming out of my mouth. Because if it is not friendly, you'll find that your partner doesn't want to talk with you, may not even want to kiss you. Scent on you, sweat, and things like that. Unfortunately, there are things like deodorant and things to take care of them. So let's up our game. Lack of privacy. That's number 8. Lack of privacy. Lack of privacy. If every time we meet there is a third party, we're really not going to start talking well. If any time we are lying in bed and the anointing is descending, the children can walk into the room anyhow, or your people are in the next room and they can shout from there and talk to you. Trust me, there's no privacy. Not much would happen. Your love would go away. 9, growing apart. You get into a relationship, initial days, you can't have enough of each other. Then each of you gets into your career, you are busy, you are traveling, you are going on trek, and things like that. You have deadlines to meet, you have board meetings that run late, and things like that. You come home and your partner is asleep. He wakes up to go and you are asleep, and things like that. We need to get up early and ride the children to school, and so we are growing apart. Be careful. Always make time to spend time together. If you can't do it during the work week, weekends, try not to rush home. Try not to rush from home, and spend time with your partner, talking and addressing issues. 10, poor communication. You don't talk. You don't talk. Sometimes you don't even need to have something to talk about. Just talk. So what's new in town? What's happening? And things like that. I know men, we don't like things like that. If we are talking, we want to solve the problems of the world, but that is not how it works. In a relationship, there's a term I have. Let's talk about everything and about nothing. Everything and about nothing. How about that? 11, co-treatment. Co-treatment. Those of you who give your partners co-treatment, anytime you give your partner co-treatment, you lose a bit of your attractiveness. Anytime. So the more you give, so We may begin our relationship with me thinking, whoa, I am so fortunate to be with this person. Then you begin to give me equal treatment. Every time you give me, you lose your attractiveness. And remember, in a relationship, attractiveness has nothing to do with your physical attractiveness. It has everything about how I feel about you and how you make me feel. And so, if you don't make me feel good, you are not attractive. And that is why there are people married to women who have won beauty contests and yet they cheat on them. You know, some of the most sexy women in Hollywood, beautiful women, their husbands are cheating on them. Why? Because your attractiveness does not depend on how you look. It depends on how you make me feel, how you make your partner feel. 12, romanticizing about your ex. If I had been married to my ex, if only we hadn't broken up. Well, the point is that you've broken up. Who told you that life with your ex would have been a bed of roses? Granted that there was a good time, you had some good time, they are over. And your ex is an ex for a good reason. Let it stay that way. So don't raise up, don't let your partner compete with a phantom. Because you're romanticizing, what you're romanticizing about has nothing to do with reality. 13, distance or long separation. Long distance relationships are difficult. With time, the distance will steal the love. Long separation can also steal the love. But there are things, because of modern technology, there are things you can do now. Constantly being on the phone, doing Facebook, doing all kinds of things, it can bring you together. And you've got to, so that the distance does not steal your love away. 14, leaving no breathing room in your relationship. You know, sometimes you see a couple and they are always together, and we envy them. You know, we say, oh, what a wonderful couple they are. No, what a miserable couple they are. It does. Because there isn't any breathing room. Relationships work better when you have your times together, yes, but you have your times apart, so that your times together will be even more wonderful. And then 15, and this will surprise you, the 15th thief of love, envious friends. Envious friends. It's unfortunate that sometimes there are people we shouldn't have called friends, but we call them friends. And when your friends are envious of your relationship, trust me, they will undermine it by the things they tell you. You know, they'll come, Ajua, where's your husband? Or he's at work. Are you sure he's at work? Are you sure? I hear he's very close to one of his colleagues. So that's a friend who is envious. That's a friend who is envious. Envious friends. So let me give you a formula that may upset a few people. If you are happily married, the woman having trouble in her relationship cannot be your friend. If you're happily married, the woman who is struggling who is in a terrible relationship cannot be your friend. Because she may be envious of your relationship and may give you advice that will bring you to her level as well. So let's be careful. Again, I'm talking in general terms, all things being equal. So please, during the phone call period, don't come and bash me on this. 16, having sex at the wrong point in the relationship will steal your love. Sex at the beginning of a relationship, especially when the relationship has not become really committed, would end the relationship. It will steal the love in the relationship. Because you see, as soon as a man gets sex early in the relationship, he's done. Why should he stay around? You know, it's like going for a party, and as soon as you enter, they give you food to eat. You've eaten, you've drunk. What's the point of hanging around? After party will come later. So be careful. There's a good reason to try to keep sex away for as long as possible, because at a certain point, it will kill your relationship. 17, betraying your partner's confidence. Your partner shares something with you. Oh, die before you tell another person. Sometimes what happens is that your husband has said something to you. You say it to your best friend. But you see, your best friend is also somebody's best friend. So he also goes to tell the best friend, who also has a best friend, and goes to tell the best friend. And then it goes, and then it will go, and life being what it is, it will go and come back to your husband. And then she knows, I haven't told anybody apart from my wife. And then, so be careful. Don't betray the confidence of your partner. Dishonesty and lies. Sometimes you say, oh, small lies. Small lies will steal your love. 19, not appreciating your partner. Your partner is put on a dress. You like it, but say it. If you don't say it, somebody will say it, and that person will take your partner away, at least emotionally. And then your love is stolen. And then finally, stress at work. Stress at work will steal your love because you come home with stress and you are not in the mood to be romantic. There is a formula here. I read a story. The man, as soon as he gets into his house, he puts his hand against the wall of the house. And then somebody asked, why do you do that every day? He said, I do that as a symbol to say that everything that has gone on at work, I'm leaving it here. I'm leaving it at the wall, outside the house. So he enters without anything from the day because the family needs you, your partner needs you. So that brings us to the thieves of love. And then we'll do a very quick test of love, and then I think the presentation has become a bit long. One, I'll run through it very quickly. And these are yes or no answers. I designed these questions so that it will be simple yes or no. So you can mark yourself. And you mark yourself, you know whether you are in love or you have love for your partner or not. So shall we? It's going to be very quick. Does your partner mean more to you today than the day you started dating? Yes or no? 2, have you discovered more strengths in your partner since you started dating? Yes or no? 3, are you in this relationship to be a blessing to your partner? 4, will you give your life in exchange for your partner? 5, do you... Oh, no, not only that, my brother. Elijah, you need prayers. 4, do you accept your partner, flaws and all? 6, do you trust your partner? 7, do you believe the best of your partner? 8, are you kind to your partner? Kind with your words, kind in actions. 9, have you stopped trying to change your partner? 10, can you see love in the actions of your partner even if he doesn't open his mouth to say, I love you? 11, does your partner still have your heart? 12, will you say to your partner if you have to do it all over again? 13, do you feel safe and secure in this relationship? 14, has your relationship been tested by a crisis and survived? 15, when you have good times, is your partner the first person when you have good news, is your partner the first person you call to tell? 16, can you approach your partner without fear or hesitation or apprehension? Do you have the kind of relationship where you can just go to your partner and not fear what his reaction will be? 17, can you give your partner the password to your phone and to every gadget you have and not have anything to fear? Yes. 18, can your partner overhear your conversations on the phone or follow your chat on WhatsApp and not feel alarmed or disappointed? Yes. 19, is your partner the most special person in your life? And 20, does everyone you relate to know that your partner is more important than them? That is the test of love. And that brings us to the T words. T for temperament, T for thieves, T for test. I hope the presentation has been useful to you. We'll take a little break there, and when we come back, I'll take your questions. And please don't go away.
Honey, I have laid the bed. Baby, honey, tomorrow I have a meeting. I have a business meeting tomorrow.
Sir? Oh, sweetheart. Here, take this.
Get the best-selling novels, The Deal, and Perfect Couple by Uncle WHYTE at 40 Ghana cedis each. Available at all Shell shops, selected bookshops, and total filling stations. For inquiries, call 050-554-6010 or WhatsApp 050-554-6030 for your copies.
Well, thank you very much for saying, and I'm happy that you make the investment of time and of data to be with us. Once again, thank you. Now, I will take your questions and your comments now.
From TK. Uncle, she said my lack of attention for her pushed her, and she has slept with someone else.
Come again?
She said my lack of attention for her pushed her, and she has slept with someone else.
Yes.
I always wanted to be with her, but she had excuses. I'm destroyed, although she was just my girl and we never even kissed. Is it really lack of attention?
Lack of attention can drive people to do crazy things. It doesn't have to be this way, so we can't excuse her actions because of the lack of attention. So no, she cheated on you. She's blaming you for it, but don't take the blame. But deal with it.
Nanandra says, Uncle, I met a man that I loved so much, but ran away because I told him we have to abstain from sex till we get to some distance, but went away due to that. Please, should I keep doing that because I'm single and want to be in a relationship again?
Yeah, continue doing that because, trust me, if you had had the sex, you would also have run away. And that is even more painful. So it's not because he didn't get the sex that he ran away. If you had given it to him, he would still have gone away. He is not somebody, he is not your kind, he wasn't ready to stay.
From Essentia, Uncle, the cold treatment is constant in my marriage. He will never open up. As a result, we have grown so much apart. During the Xmas, he left to spend a whole week in a prayer camp with his friends. That alone has deleted everything I have for him. It has even killed my sex drive. We are like roommates now.
Oh, Vicentia, I'm sorry to hear this. I'm sorry to hear this. I'm sorry to hear that he's hiding behind God to ignore you. He went to a prayer meeting when he hasn't attended a prayer meeting in your bedroom. I mean, well, come on. When would we learn that unless we honor God in the bedroom by making the heart of our wife sing, whatever prayer we say to God does not matter. So let's discharge our responsibilities and not run away from it. Get someone to talk to both of you.
Hello, Uncle. Please, my husband is seriously cheating on me and refuses to accept it so that we can trash things out. Uncle, what should I do?
He refuses to accept that he's cheating on you?
Yes.
So it means, is he lying or that you don't have any evidence? Because if you have evidence to confront him with, I wonder how he can refuse to accept that he's cheating on you.
From Sandy, Uncle, with the issue of sex, how often do married couples have to do it?
And this Sandy?
Yes, please.
Hey, when you hurry. I'm sorry. One of my guys was being naughty. It depends on the two of you. Your ages, what stage in your life you are, how long you've been together, what your goals are, what is happening in your career, and things like that. So as often as the two of you find comfortable and meaningful. So let no one legislate that for you. But if it is any help for you, statistics that has been done outside. Ghana, nobody has done any statistics on this. But statistics that has been done outside has shown that the most active couples are having sex about once a week. About once a week. Whether that is good or not, I don't know, but that is the average. There is something I wish those of you watching can see. Unfortunately, I can't bring it to you on camera. One of my team members is trying to take a picture of me, a still picture of me. And another person always goes and stands there with his stomach and blocks it. As soon as he focuses, then the guy moves, and all you see is the stomach. I think that Ken, keep taking the pictures. No matter what blocks it, we'll put it on. we'll put it on social media so they will see these are things that get in the way. All right, let's go.
Okay, so the lady who said her husband is cheating came back. She says, I do have evidence, but I'm afraid to show it because he will change it so that I cannot get any information again.
Okay, yeah. So again, I think this is your suspicions and you getting some evidence, maybe conversation, chat on the phone and things like that. Talk with somebody, your counselor. Go to your counselor. Let your counselor know what you know and let him come in to help you. If you are members of a church, bring the pastor in.
Christian Johnson said, but which church crowd holds 1 week residential prayer camp during Christmas?
Your church, I know they don't know how to pray. But some people, they pray. Oh, hey, they pray proper.
Ekia, uncle, about not appreciating your partner, it's something which is there. Sometimes you see you are looking beautiful.
Yes.
But your partner will not say a word until you ask him. And when you do, his response will put you off. I ask my dear how I am looking. He goes like, you're okay. Hey, uncle, my heart bleeds.
Yeah. Forgive us. Not too many of us have been schooled to learn to do this. And it doesn't come easy with a man because, you see, it's very rare for a man to compliment another man. We take a look in our mind, oh, that's nice, but it may not come out. But educate him, and gradually he may come to the point where he will say it. If he doesn't say it, always go to him. And when he says, you are looking fine, say, is that all you can say? Next time you ask him, he will say more.
Awelina says, I love this guy, but he is too cold for my likeness. And that doesn't want us to talk about issues even over 4 months now. Should I still love him?
Are the two of you undergoing counseling? If not, try. Start attending counseling and let the counselor deal with that.
Uncle, what is your view on marrying a person from different nationalities? Sorry.
I have no view on that. I believe that we are children of the universe. I don't see myself strictly as a Ghanaian. I see myself as a human being. So that's why I don't have a view, because I do not technically see anything wrong with it at all. And at any rate, this is a very small. This world has become a village. It's a global village. So why not?
Erica says, Uncle, the test of love, I got 18 no's and 2 yes. I really want to be out of this relationship, but I don't know how to.
Wow. Oh, Erica, I'm sorry you had only 2. I thought it was a very easy quiz. So Do you have somebody in your life you can talk to, an elderly person you can go to and seek his guidance? Go seek the guidance and let's see. And if it is confirmed, then I agree with you. Take the steps you need to take.
From Phyllis, Uncle, how long should you wait if your boyfriend says the relationship is on hold?
Wow. How long can a call stay on phone on hold? Come again?
As long as the one who puts it on hold is still on, and the batteries are still alive.
In the old days, you had a certain limit. It would go off by itself. Why did he put the relationship on hold? Why? Were you guys having too many issues, or what? Was he having second thoughts, or were you having second thoughts? Was there a crisis, and the two of you were struggling to deal with it? So let's find out why the hold came in the first place, and we can talk about the future.
Emanuela, Uncle, please, I met a friend who I so much love, but we are far from each other. We have not met just yet, but always quarreling on phone that I am cheating on him. What should I do?
Wait. Let me try and understand this. There's somebody you've never met.
I think they are old friends.
Old friends.
And they are far from each other. And
they linked up possibly on social media.
Probably, yes.
And all they are doing is on the phone.
Yes.
They haven't met, but already he's suspicious.
Yes, and they are always quarreling.
And they are always fighting.
Yes.
On phone.
Yes.
They are not married. And they are still keeping a relationship. Yes, and the question is what?
What should I do?
What are you fighting over? Why is he accusing you of cheating? Find out. And if it is not reasonable, I think this is an insecure person, and advise yourself.
So, Vicentia, the lady whose husband went on the prayer camp,
yes,
came back and says, Uncle, I told our pastor, and he got so offended and was so rude about it, so I don't even know who to turn to again.
The pastor was the wrong person to talk to in this, because I'm sure he called the prayer session. Oh, by the way, Vicentia, how come you were not at the prayer session? No, Vicentia, come back again. Unless they give a limitation as to who can be there, then it means there is a bigger issue in your relationship. And I hope you address that one.
Uncle, please, I'm a sanguine married to a melancholic husband.
Yeah, you are in trouble.
I still can't understand why my husband doesn't want to show affection or be romantic outside the bedroom. Because I love to have hugs and kisses outside.
Yes.
And he would just not allow you to.
Yes. Unfortunately, the man you married, he's a melancholic. Accept him for who he is, because he comes to the table with other strengths that a sanguine husband who will give you the hugs and kisses will not give you. So celebrate the good points that he has, and then just ignore the others, because you can't change him.
From Dawn.
Oh, by the way, let me make a point. Listen, those of us who are introverted and who are melancholic, we really wish we could be a sanguine. We really wish it. We see the people who are outgoing and who are life of a party, and we really wish we could be, but we can't be. So accept us for who we are, because we also bring something else to the table that a sanguine can bring to the table. Yes, let's go.
From Dawn. Uncle, I dated this girl way back in Nigeria, and she made me know that there's something called step-boyfriend. Uncle, honestly, this girl makes me think that all women are liars, and until now, I find it very difficult to believe women. This thing is worrying me.
Wait, Dawn. What is that? Step-boyfriend, as in stepson?
Yes.
And stepmother? I learn something new every day. Thank you for this. I didn't know this before. No, wait, Don. From what she taught you, define step boyfriend for us. I'd like to know.
That's the boyfriend of your boyfriend.
From Ninoy, Uncle, who is a faithful wife?
Ask the question you want to ask. This is not a question. Ask the question you want to ask. This is not a question.
Alfred says, Uncle, I love my wife so much, but sometimes she doesn't trust me, and she doesn't trust me that it's real.
If it is real, congratulations and God bless you. Just continue doing it. One day she'll wake up to the fact that, yes, she's been so blessed to have you.
From Cindy, I'm in a long-distance relationship and distance is drawing us apart. My boyfriend wants me to relocate to his state. I told him he must come see my parents before he says he's not financially stable, which is true because he's still a student. I am a nurse, but I do not think I should pay for my bride price by myself. Also, he thinks because we are in the Western world, moving in together without being married is not an issue. I said I cannot disrespect my parents.
I agree with you. Don't go. He should go see your people. He should go see your people before you move in there. And it doesn't matter where you live in the world. There are certain basic principles you can't play with. Listen, if you raise the funds for your own bride price, trust me, your husband will never respect you. He will never respect you because he will never feel like the man in the relationship. So let him do what he has to do.
Nanajo says, Uncle, I broke up with my boyfriend because his best friend traveled with him, and his friend later informed me that he went with another lady. And now my ex wants to come back, but he doesn't know why I broke up with him. Should I ask him to break their relationship or what? Because he doesn't know his offense.
Wow. So you made him a step boyfriend. No, sorry. Confront him with the facts. Let's see the truth of it. Confront him with the facts. And let's see what his reaction will be. Whether you take him back or not, let his reaction to the facts and his side of the story inform your decision.
Abraham says, Uncle, I love my girlfriend so much, but sometimes she doesn't trust me. I have never heard her before either.
Why doesn't she trust you, Abraham? With a name like Abraham, why doesn't she trust you? Because Abrahams are normally stable and reliable. So why doesn't she trust you? Is it the way you speak to people, you relate to people? Or is it some messages on your phone that you think she hasn't seen but she has seen? Or is it the kind of people you move with? Do that audit and let's see.
Essential is back. She says she didn't go to the prayer meeting because he went with his prayer team, and she is a new mom, so she couldn't go.
Oh, okay, I hear. I understand that. Essential, I'm sorry about this. You know something? He's back now. Put the prayer thing behind you. Let's see whether the two of you can, this year, build a better relationship. So don't make the prayer thing an issue. Have a chat with him and say, look, it's a new year. Can we try and make something different of this year? If you're a new mom, it is possible he's totally feeling lost in the home. And he's feeling totally irrelevant because of the new baby. So have a chat with him and let's see what's going on with him.
Mr. Wuku has a comment. He says, when you are driving, then they'll be doing Then when done, they sleep. That thing is very annoying because it makes you feel like you're an Uber driver.
Ephraim, good afternoon.
Uber driver one.
And my regards to Tina.
Uncle, my husband is most happy when we involve people in our outings. He doesn't show much joy and enthusiasm when I want us to have just me and him time. What will you advise?
I think he has a bit of sanguine in him. He feeds on the energy of the people around him. So once in a while, you be the one to take him out. If he wants to take you out, if he likes it, let him bring somebody. You go, have fun. But then after that, on the drive home, let him make it an occasion where you don't go straight home, but you drive and spend a bit of time just driving around and having a chat.
Phyllis is back. She says, Uncle, I'm in a long distance relationship, and after an issue, he said the relationship is on hold. I will want to know until when I should be waiting.
Confront him. What is this? You see, the trouble is that the longer you wait, the more unlikely it is for you to get back. And then, of course, that will be a waste of your time. So press the issue. What is going on? What is he waiting for? Why are we on hold? And then maybe you may discover you don't have a relationship at all, so you can feel free to move on.
Says, Uncle, if you're in a relationship when always your ideas or suggestions are not being considered, I mean, you say relationship, financial, spiritual ideas, academic ideas, etc. What do you do? Well, I know you can't change a man, but I also know there is nothing impossible under the sun. Uncle, just me, flow me some filler. Why?
I get an impression that you are a phlegmatic woman, decisive, you want things. No, you're a choleric woman, decisive, you want things done and things, and you can't stand the fact that he's not as quick and as fast as you can be. Be patient. And then look at your way of communicating. Keep changing it until you find effective ways of getting through to him. I think one of my team members has picked a mic, which means he has a question in mind. I would like you to prepare your minds, because he seldom asks very useful questions. Oh. So let's see. Maybe it's a new year. Oh. It's a new year, so maybe this will be no. Okay, let the question speak for itself. Go. All right. So go.
It has to do with the situation of the boy and the girl who met on social media, and they're having an issue. I basically read it. Uncle, largely, it is accepted that by some that the more you struggle, it means there's more love.
The more you struggle with what?
With each other. You have arguments and stuff like that. It means there's more love.
Okay.
And maybe they find themselves in such a situation.
Okay.
I just want you to speak to the fact that love shouldn't be struggling.
Okay. All right. The key word in your question is maybe. So let's leave it there. Yes.
Princess Jabba says, Uncle, please, I want to know. I met this guy and he's been asking me to visit him. And I keep lying to him because I don't want to have sex with him. What should I do?
Yeah. Let him know. Let him know. I agree with the fact that normally if you accept an invitation, for us, the men, we understand that you understand. So if you are not ready for it, and that is fine, so let him know. Have a chat with him, so you don't walk into a trap.
Don Wazi is back. He says, Uncle, I've chanced her with different guys, and trust me, she can lie and you believe it. The fact is that every day I think that very day, I think lies had exhausted from her tongue. So what came out of her mouth when I asked was my step-boyfriend.
Okay. All right, Don, thank you for clarifying it. So it is the step-boyfriend was the other guys, not you. So you were the main one. Yeah, you were the biological. Yeah. And the others are just doing skirmishes around. Don, I think you have a decision to make. I mean, she will not stop lying, so what are you going to do? if at this stage he's already playing other boys and raising step boys friends for you, I think you have a decision to make. Well, I think we would take the last question and then leave it there. Yeah.
Wizikwe says, Uncle, please, can one be introvert and an extrovert at the same time? Because I'm experiencing that in my life now.
You could have a bit of the other, but one will be dominant. One would show itself more often than the other. All right. Well, I'd like to thank you for joining us. Please send us your feedback on the program. If you followed us all these number of weeks, you can also share your stories of how this platform has helped you on video, and then send it to us. And you can send it to us on. You can send your videos to +233 50 554 6030. +233 50 554 6030. And then we would play those experiences. We'll share it with the world. So if you don't want us to share it with anyone, just let us know so we don't put it out. But these are things we'll put out if you are okay with it. We want people to know how this platform is helping them. And we'll be happy if you can share it with us. Next week, we'll bring to you the videos of my team members. Yeah. They don't know it, but their videos are going to play. And we'll start with the married couples. They will share their stories of how this has helped them, so you will know them. Well, once again, thank you very much. Have a wonderful weekend, and may God continue to keep, bless, and sustain you for all the days of 2018. Thank you.
Thought-provoking, motivational, inspirational, attitude, values, faith, soul-inspiring content, value for money. New Look, the magazine that reports on our values, attitudes, and faith for discerning people. Rover Report Monthly Magazine. Get your copies from all Shell shops, Total shops, and the supermarket near you. Or call 0302 231188 for subscription.